Hey, welcome back to our Achievement Hunter series aimed at invoking quick, efficient, and occasionally wacky ways of capturing the Alterac Valley gameplay achievements. This time, we're sleet breaking through the Shaman and Rogue achievements. Let's get into it. This should be interesting. In today's video, we're covering all three Shaman and Rogue achievements. None of these require winning games to complete, so a few of the decks sacrifice a higher win rate for fun or efficiency. Do note that each of our achievement guides contain timestamps for each achievement and deck codes for each deck mentioned in the description below in case you'd like to skip to one you're looking for. Now, let's take a Frostbite out of these achievements. Every expansion with achievements, except for Stormwind, has had at least one achievement that requires RNG to work in your favor even after you set up everything as well as you possibly can. Snowball Effect is Alterac Valley's RNG-based achievement. For this one, the snowball fight doesn't have to just bounce 10 times, it has to hit 10 unique minions. That means that even if you and the opponent both have a board full of 4 health or higher minions, one minion could still get hit 4 times and die before it bounces to 10 different minions. I know, it happened many times before finishing this one. That's why we're recommending tackling this achievement first, since you may well be done with the Winter Vacation achievement by the time you finish this one. Or you could be really lucky and get it the first time you set up a decent board and your opponent has at least 3 high health minions out there. Hopefully that'll be the case. But to improve your chances, the decks we're introducing will allow you to summon a board of 4 health or higher minions all at once to follow up with a snowball fight. This Snowball Away standard deck uses a Frost spell package alongside Barren Glacier to flood your own board with decently statted minions, and Snowfall Guardian can help lock up the opponent's side of the board long enough for them to develop at least 3 big minions and give you time to clear the low health minions from either side of the board. Bru'kan also makes the cut in this deck as early progress towards the next achievement, as well as a way to keep you alive long enough for the board to have enough high health minions to merit starting a snowball fight. Survive, set up the board, commence the fight, try not to break your computer or phone, and rinse and repeat until RNG works in your favor. Now, the deck we're introducing for Wild had above a 50% win rate, even though we were still going after this achievement, and it includes Moorabi as a fun way to spice things up. This deck does run a few more low health minions, which you will need to kill off from your own side of the board before a big body board flood and snowball fight. So keep that in mind when you're considering whether to play a small body onto the board when drawing close to the turn you're planning to start the fight. However, we rarely encountered boards from the opponent with at least 3 high health minions in Wild. So we actually jumped back to Standard for this one and finally completed it against a Celestial Alignment double Survival of the Fittest Druid. That was probably the first time I was happy to see a druid suddenly build an overwhelmingly massive board from nothing. Good luck not going crazy from the Snowball Effect, and may the RNG be ever in your favor. Now, onto the achievement which requires having a copy of Bru'kan of the Elements, 1-800 Element. As mentioned last time, it doesn't seem as though the hero cards are available in duels or the arena, so if you don't own a copy of him, you may want to give this one a pass. Yes, you can get Bru'kan from Plagiarize or Vanessa Van Cleef, and there may be another few tricks to discover him, but since this requires invoking the elements 100 times, without a consistent and reliable way to get him, it will take a very long time to knock this one out. If you do have him, note that Bru'kan's battlecry gives 2 progress towards his achievement, and other minions repeating his battlecry, such as Bolner or Shudderwalk, do count. That's why Bolner makes the cut in this Elemental Shaman running Bru'kan at the top end. While Bolner's effect only triggers from Battlecry minions, he will repeat the first Battlecry period of a turn. Meaning that if you play Bru'kan, drop Bolner, and then play a discounted elemental or two on the same turn, you'll be able to call upon the elements quite a few times in one turn. Though you could drop Bolner and another card for a couple brilliant macaws to play the turn after Bru'kan for additional progress that way if you prefer. But alas, the speed of progress possible in Standard pales in comparison to the options in Wild. First off, the Corrupt the Waters hero power will let you invoke the elements 4 times with Bru'kan's Battlecry. And if the turns leading up to playing Shudderwalk include no other Battlecries than playing Bru'kan followed by Brilliant Macaws, Shudderwalk will call upon the elements for you many times. Oh, and Polkelt made the final cut because in an earlier version, Bru'kan liked to hide at the bottom of our deck. You could drop the Galakron package for a couple Doppelgangsters or Serenite Chain Gangs and Grumble or Zola for extra Shudderwalks, but the Invocation of Frost for bonus progress towards the next achievement and Giant Rushing Elementals helped us earn a 69% win rate across 13 games and keep us alive long enough to punch Bru'kan's hero power a bunch of extra times. The win rate will most likely drop a fair bit if you make that change, but multiple Shudderwalks might just prove faster. Have fun dialing up the elements. If RNG worked in your favor for the Snowball Effect, and Bru'kan didn't hide at the bottom of your deck when grinding through the majority of his achievement, you may still need to freeze a few more characters to complete your winter vacation. While the deck we've got for Wild is crazy fun, first let's look at this freeze, don't move, Shaman, which includes just about every card with a freeze effect we could give Shamans in Standard. Yes, that means Frozen Shadow Weaver, Popsicooler, and Icehoof Protector all find a home here, allowing you to freeze your opponent's stuff long enough to make Snowfall Guardian and Snowball Fight both get ridiculous amounts of extra progress. Glaciate is just one more frost spell to ensure maximum value from Baron Glacier, while also counting as one more character frozen itself. But if you really want to have fun with this achievement, it's Moorabi's time to shine. We won 8 games in a row in a recent stream with this Moorabi Shuddering Shaman, and Zentimo makes Invocation of Frost or Wind Chill an excellent source of targeted value, especially when played alongside Moorabi. Though a Brilliant Macaw repeating Snowfall Guardian's Battlecry alongside Moorabi will flood your hand with as many minions as you can fit in your hand. This deck was absolutely bonkers, and proved to be a really fun way for us to finally reach 500 wins with Shaman. Here shortly, Priest will be the only class missing a golden hero power. If you'd like to see the deck in action, there's a gameplay highlight alongside the deck code in the description. Here's hoping you have an amazing winter vacation. Let's keep rolling through these achievements and tackle the rogue achievements next, beginning with Rolling in Their Grave, where 120 of our Death Rattle minions have to die while we control a Snowfall Graveyard. This may seem daunting at first, but the Wild deck we'll be introducing can knock this out in 2 to 3 games when you pull the combo. But real quick, let's look at a sketchy deck in Standard that can get decent progress on this achievement while being a lot of fun. Forsaken Lieutenant into Snowfall Graveyard into any of the Death Rattle minions is a nice way to start getting value, but the real star of this deck is Korak, since he can flood the board with help from Snowfall Graveyard. Quick and fun. But why settle for 4 to 20 progress per game when you can get 61 progress per game with a super damage combo? This spammy Arcanist deck was inspired by Mark McKaysey, but one of our viewers suggested swapping a counterfeit coin for Anka the Buried as a way to make the combo much more consistent to pull off, since we don't need as many discounts from Efficient Octobot, and we don't have to save a backstab to get the combo started. To do the combo, play Knife Juggler, give him Immune with Death Speaker, plop one of your Kobold Illusionists out there, and backstab him if you didn't draw Anka, and then play Spammy Arcanist. She'll keep killing the 1/1 copies of the Kobold Illusionists, which keep spawning, and Knife Juggler will toss out 60-some daggers, which is usually enough to kill the opponent. And you'll knock out the neutral Team Kill achievement as a bonus. A couple quick notes. You can play Snowfall Graveyard a turn or two early to reduce the combo turn mana cost, but if you draw Anka or the Octobots, you will want to play them out before you do the combo so that the only minion to be summoned onto the board by Kobold Illusionist is the other Kobold Illusionist. And that's the other note. Unless your sketchy information already summoned you a 1/1 copy of the Illusionist onto the board, you will need both copies of Illusionist to keep the combo going. Good luck getting tons of Death Rattle minions to roll in their graves. The fact that Thief Rogue is a viable deck right now brings me great joy. And that's why the top 10 Alterac Betrayals achievement felt like a complete breeze to complete. Just about any build of Thief Rogue you'll come across includes 2 copies of Double Agent, but the decks we've got for you have a few extra bounce options. In Standard, this Secret Agent Rogue will certainly get extra progress thanks to Shadow Step, Tenwu, and Scabs, but you could also use Blackjack Stunner on him as well if you're looking for as quick of progress as possible. Potion of Illusion didn't make the cut, but you could discover it from Wand Thief if you don't need a different mage spell from her. Since this deck is also running Plagiarize and Vanessa Van Cleef, it is an option for getting progress on the hero card achievements if you don't have a copy in your collection. If you do play it for that purpose, we'd recommend dropping Bamboozle for a second copy of Plagiarize for improved chances of copying the opponent's hero card. This one is a lot of fun. However, we can get even more progress and go even crazier with this Daring Academic Agents deck in Wild. Instead of Blackjack Stunner as an extra bounce, we have Daring Escape, which makes each double agent played worth 4 more agents, as both copies bounced back to our hand will summon 2 again. And after a few turns in your hand, Togwaggle Scheme is a nice way to ensure you'll have an army of double agents for the rest of the game. Now, why did we include Academic Espionage in the deck? Besides being great activators for double agent, it's Academic Espionage, my all-time favorite Hearthstone card. You could cut it for another Togwaggle Scheme or a Stowaway to pull shuffled agents from the deck, but why would you deny yourself the absolute chaotic fun which is Academic Espionage? Whatever you do, I hope the matches with these Alterac Betrayals fall close to your top 10 most fun games. Third Cousins, Twice Removed. A super simple achievement that just requires you to end your turn with both a Cold Tooth Yeti and a Chillwind Yeti on board. Get them in hand and play them on the same turn for 7 mana, and you'll be done. Easy, right? Well, it should be that simple, but at the time of writing the script for this achievement is bugged so that the Chillwind Yeti from the core set doesn't count. Only the Chillwind Yeti from the Legacy set counts, which makes it impossible to do in Standard at the moment. I have purposefully refrained from completing this one with a Legacy Yeti so that we can test this deck once the next patch hits. If it's been resolved, we'll note that in the comments, and you can use Yeti's Secret Shank deck here to quickly draw and play out both Yetis. However, if you're eager to be done with it before the bug is fixed, this Yeti Raiding Party deck will do the trick. The deck code in the description uses the Legacy version of the Yeti, so there shouldn't be an issue if you use it. If you're building your own deck, just searching for Chillwind Yeti will only bring up the core set version. To see the non-bugged version, you'll have to select the Legacy set from the filter within the collection, and then you'll see the Legacy version. A bit of a hassle, but it works. Or you could just wait for them to fix it. Whenever you tackle this, good luck reuniting these third cousins twice removed. And that's a wrap. If you found this helpful, drop a like. Your sleight of hand over the like button can help ensure this guide is not forsaken when others looking to lobotomize these achievements begin their reconnaissance. We'll have guides for the rest of the Fractured and Alterac Valley gameplay achievements as well, so be sure to check back or subscribe so you don't need a double agent to let you know when our videos come out. Also, if you have any questions or suggestions, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy participating in experiments live, check out our stream at twitch.tv/SSAlchemist. We currently stream on Saturdays and Sundays. And remember, you're awesome. Thank you for watching, and have an awesome day.
Raise your voice for Alterac! Just remember, never fall back. Never fall back. Hold the bridge, push the